The Jim and Terry Show. Or is it Terry and Jim? Because
Michael.
Jim is finally back.
Jim, Terry, and Michael.
Jim, Terry, and Michael minus Michael, which makes it the Jim and Terry back to the original configuration.
Or it could be Terry and Jim. You want to change
It could
the name?
be.
You can do that, you know.
Yeah, what am I
Totally
going to
okay with
change
that.
it to? You know, old
You're
people,
the one that
old
named it the
people
Jim and
get
Terry Show.
stuck in their ways.
Why don't we call it the Michael Show? That'd be fun.
Without Michael. The Michael without Michael
just
show.
without Michael.
Michael, we wish you well as you continue your travels.
Yeah.
And thank you for dropping into the famous downstairs Hobbit Hole studio.
And I listened to your...
And Jim is right now playing with that that mic screen that keeps
I heard
sagging.
just say to him, Jim's always doing that.
He is always doing that. Hey, I have an idea for this. This particular episode should have been episode 666. All right. Are you willing to go down this rabbit hole?
Sure.
It's kind of a deep hole.
Okay, fine.
It may come with sulfur and other kinds of minerals that the bigger you or farther you dig.
It's not bedtime.
666.
It's
Okay.
not bedtime. I'm not afraid.
Let's go to what 666 represents, and I'll give you one bit of trivia that I learned about 666.
Well, of course, you know the scriptures. It's the mark of the beast. 666, the Antichrist, the whole bit.
So is the Antichrist Satan?
No, he's not.
Really? I looked in Wikipedia. The Antichrist is supposed to be Satan,
I don't
according to Wikipedia.
Well, there's
So
the
I'm
beast.
gonna have to-
There's the beast. There's the false prophet.
It's a mark of the beast, but is it the beast?
What are you getting at?
I don't know. I'm just throwing this all out. It's our 666th podcast. Surely there's got to be some significance to that number and us here on a Thursday doing it.
Well, I do feel kind of sulfury.
Is that what the odor was? Yes. Well, it's strange you say that because I'll throw this out to a political veneer and say that there are so many people who said, and I think it was Alex Jones who said, Barack and Michelle Obama smell like sulfur.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that
A
kind
lot
of
of people
stuff?
think Barack Obama is the
Is
Antichrist.
the Antichrist, yeah.
But it gets so complicated that I'm all messed up myself, and I'm sort of a fanatic. You got the beast, and you got the Antichrist, and you got the false prophet, and all the things that go with it. I think the Antichrist is more the spirit of the Antichrist, spirit of anti-Jesus, Antichrist. But there's the beast, and there's the false prophet. And there's an awful lot of evidence that that's actually a complete different religion than Christianity, and I don't want to go bad-mouthing anybody in this.
Is it not true that they call the big presidential tank limousine kind of thing the beast?
That is the truth. Now, is it Beast 1, Beast 2?
I don't know.
You
Maybe
know,
it's
Air
the
Force
Beastie
One.
Boys.
Anyone that the president is in
Is
is
called the
probably
Beast.
the beast.
Okay. Okay, that's just trivia. One thing I did know is that 666 is what they call a triangular number.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you picture cue balls and you know that triangular thing that you use to rack them,
Yep.
that's a triangle. And triangular numbers are any sorts of these configuration of these billiard balls that make a triangle. So you could do 3, 1 at the peak and 2 below it. Nest those together, that's a triangle.
Yes.
If you put 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and 1 more
It's
on
a
the
triangle.
point, it's also a triangle. So apparently 666 is a triangular number. Don't ask me who took the time
Well,
to
isn't
figure
that
out this.
interesting? So does that get us any more interested in or understanding on who the beast is?
No, but if you're racking billiard balls and you're playing the game, you're dealing with triangular numbers, and the beast is a triangular number. Just one of those bits of trivia.
I think that's fact. You took a complete show, to show that smarts. How did you learn
That's
that?
a bit of trivia.
Did Michael tell you that?
No, it's just... Listen, folks, you'll get yourselves an education here on the Jim and Terry Show.
So is
Yeah.
999 too?
That I don't know. I'd
Because
have to get all the billiard balls and start stacking them.
I've heard people say some interpretations are 999.
You mean you just flip the sixes
yeah.
and over, upside down? and you
999,
get
but I'm
99.
wondering if that makes
And if it's in German, I would have to say no.
999.
No. All right, so 666. It's our 666th podcast. And without,
We should have done something special.
well, without,
Like, I mean, you got a devil suit on and horns, but other than that,
isn't it a good thing we don't do a show
They can't see us.
that they can't see us, so we can have fun with imagination because no one will see what we're doing. Okay, so my goal on the 666th episode was to not focus on Satan so much as to say what is the significance of the concept of good and evil, or of Satan. What does the concept of evil do to anybody? Is you would ascribe to the school of theology in which Satan is an actual entity.
well, Satan, the name itself is a title, the Satan, which means the accuser. So Satan, in reality, is the accuser, which would be a title ascribed to the devil or Lucifer, that kind of thing. That's how I understand it. You'll have to look that up.
Okay, that's
I
the
can see
accuser.
you doubt
And-
that, don't you?
Are we going? Well, I'm not sure. You could pull a fast one on me on that one because
I could actually make up anything.
I'm no
couldn't I?
expert in devil worshipping or the
Well,
devil.
nor am I.
Well, it seems like you dabble in the occult enough to find your way around a rabbit hole or two in terms of occultism. Okay, for our 666th episode, without getting too much of the devil made me do it. Do you remember the old
I
Flip
do.
Wilson?
Flip Wilson, yes.
Yeah, so
The
great.
devil made me do it.
A way of justifying just about anything that goes wrong or that you did that you
Yeah.
shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
It sort of goes into the St. Paul's, the things I want to do, I don't do, and the things I don't want to do, I do.
Yeah. Oh, wretched me.
man that I
Yeah.
am. Yeah. Do women say that too? Oh, wretched man that
Different culture.
I am? Okay, yeah, maybe that's part of the 666. Anyway, it's our episode to celebrate the significance of numbers, maybe, or religion, or whatever you want to do. So, floor is open. You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
The devil have his way with you, my friend.
Yeah, I think it's interesting stuff. Of course, I'm into obviously Christianity. I'm into Revelation, but my
Is that a new revelation or
My-
the book of Revelation?
well, if you look at the back, Second Jim, 43. So I find that interesting.
is that coming out in your new album?
Yeah. Well, yeah, sort of.
Uh-oh.
But I find all that stuff interesting, and I do take heed of the warning not to add to it, don't take away from it, and there's a special blessing for those who hear the reading of it.
You
So,
mean the Bible?
the Revelation, that book? Of course, the whole Bible I'm into as well. So for me, 666, that number is the number. The Bible says is a number of a man, and his numeral value is 666, and that adds up to many people's names. So and maybe God
If
did
you
it that
ascribe
way.
numbers to the letters, the digits of
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the Anglo-Saxon
Yeah, the value
alphabet,
of them.
or does it make a different value if you add it up in Greek, or the original would have been Hebrew? So
Yeah.
does that make a difference?
Yeah.
What language you use to add up the
Yeah.
number?
And I think you have to take into consideration the language of it when it was first, the revelation came, to whom it came.
Well, if it came to John, it would have been in Greek then, would it?
You would think. So I would think it would be in Greek.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on the Isle of Patmos. So, other than that, I don't know all about the mathematics. I do know that they say that'll be the language if we do contact other beings out in space. The language will be mathematics.
Okay.
Well-
I can hear that.
Yeah. Do you believe that?
Why
Because
not?
that might have been another thing I just made up.
I see no reason why not. Zeros and ones?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Some kind of hexadecimal?
Well, did you watch that movie Contact with Jodie
Yes,
Foster? I
yeah.
think it was numbers there too,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so
Well, the Matrix is all numbers.
numbers are important, even if it's in our fantasy movies. Numbers are important.
Was the human genome not also ascribed numerical value? Like everything's numbers.
Yeah. Well, so isn't 666 the number of a man? So is 6 the number of man? So is it 3?
3 men, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So they weren't wise guys.
Not the wise when you picked the wrong side. I'm just saying.
Well, if 666 is a triangular number and the triangle is a symbol of the Trinity, Father,
Yeah,
Son,
yeah.
and Holy Spirit, is this an evil version of
Well,
that?
yeah, it could be because they have said they have referred to that as
if you
the
take
evil.
the triangle and you invert it and you
Yeah.
get two triangles together, is that not the Star of David?
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Oh, yes, it is. If you put them, yeah, if you move them together, I visualized it one below the other. But yeah,
There are a lot of Palestinians who might say that yes,
no,
that's the mark of the beast.
They refer to Satan and the beast and the Antichrist as the unholy Trinity. So that's what they referred to. So there you
So
go.
on this, our 666th podcast, musing upon all things triangular and numerical, the Jim and Terry Show have little tidbits of wisdom. Is the beast waiting for the lunar landers?
No, I think it's right here on the earth.
You think it's right here? Okay. It's a presidential limo. We're going with that one.
Yeah, well, that's what they called it. Did nobody there say, I don't think this is the best name to call this thing, but
Ah, man. There are so many ironies in history, so many things. Did you really think that one through?
yeah. Well, even the dollar, the American dollar with the all-seeing eye and the pyramid and what's with that? Where did that all come from?
Well, another
Mason
conspiracy
thing, right?
episode. Jim's getting warmed up for a conspiracy episode, I can tell. Oh, this is fun because this triangle thing that's called 666 is our triangle episode. It's
All
our
right.
666. So I would like to clink, but I've got nothing left
got
in here.
nothing left in
I
here,
have
but
nothing
click.
left in the tank. There it is,
There you
our
go.
666.
No, you got drink. Even
Our-
there's
our
none-
beast.
It's there.
Gargling with our sulfuric elixir. I hope it's good for something. I got nothing left to say.
No, there isn't.
All right.
Other than just say goodbye.
All right. Well, let's say goodbye. The Jim and Terry Show celebrating the mark of the beast. No, we're celebrating triangle numbers that happen to add up. Do you know if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 36, you get 666?
If you double a penny every day for 1 month, you'll have $5 million.
Double your pennies. Wow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.